friends, it's Friday, so welcome to Free Pattern Friday. Today I am wearing, this is Troy, in case you haven't met him. How do you know you're in the frame?
I think I am.
What if it's just like to hear?
It's not. Okay.
Okay, we are experts at this video business. So today I'm wearing 6994 McCall's. It is a Learn to Sew for Fun pattern, and I am wearing view A. I really like this skirt. It is very quick, very easy. I didn't even hem it. This is one of those bouncy rayon kind of spandex knits, and you'll see pictures at the end. And it looks great without a hem on it. So I do recommend this just because it's fun and easy. So I wanted to show you a couple of things about my outfit today that I think are kind of interesting. So this is one of my favorite purses. This is a Fossil bag, and it has black leather and brown, and it is probably my favorite purse, and it was one of my most expensive purses. Well, I had been carrying this, you know, during the winter for about a year or so, and one day I was at a thrift store and I found these. These are Fossil, and they match the bag perfectly. They have the black leather and they have the brown leather, and I just love that. Amazing. And instead of being $200 like the purse or whatever it was, I don't remember, they were $8. They are a tiny bit big on me. I'm going to put some of those sponge things on the heel and see if I can keep them on, because they're very high. I couldn't wear those all day to work, so I'm not really used to wearing heels that high. But here's another one. This is the purse I'm carrying right now. I need to change out of it because it's getting into where we need leather instead of fabric. But same thing, the brown leather, leather, two different colors of leather strap. I love Fossil's chunkiness. I love the super high quality. And so I have three, and I can't afford, to buy Chanel bags or whatever. I mean, that's never going to happen. So I found a really high quality bag company that I like, and that I can afford. And I think this belt is either Fossil or Anthropologie. I don't remember. But all right, so winners from last week. I think all three of these gals have already won the pattern drawing one time. But this is from the October 12th Free Pattern Friday, which was 1 week ago today. There were 26 unique comments, and number 1 was Saturday Sewing with Debbie. Number 2 was Viv Mom Sews, and number 3 was Chell's Hearts Art. So girls, if any, if Saturday Sewing with Debbie doesn't take any, then Viv Mom Sews is next, and then Chell's Hearts Art. I swear to you, I use random comment picker on whatever that website is, and out of 26 unique comments, it picked people that had already won once. So I don't know how to, make this less complicated or anything, but there it is. Okay, I'm kind of rushing because Troy's going to talk to you today, and I think what he's going to talk about is more interesting than this, so we're going to do this very quickly. This is a See and Sew pattern by Butterick, 6284. I'm going to say this is early 80s. We have a pair of pants and a little jacket, okay? The size is size 14. That would be 36 bust, 28 waist, 38 hip, okay? Then this is a 1988 pattern, and this is See and Sew by Butterick, 6514. And this is just a pretty jacket and skirt. I think without the shoulder pads, this could work for today. you know, and in the right fabric, I think that's really pretty. And this is in size A, which is 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. So big size variety there. This pattern is from my own collection. I haven't made it. I bought it. And this is Butterick 4478. This is from 1989. And the reason why I pulled it, it's size 18, 20, 22. I pulled it out. I bought it because of these culottes, which I think are gorgeous. And I pulled it out of my stash because I have several new culotte patterns, including some indie ones that I'm interested in trying. And I thought, why not, you know, get rid of a couple that you already have if you're going to keep buying more culottes patterns, which you've never ever made. So maybe I'll make some. This one is from 1990. This is a Butterick Essence Collection pattern in sizes 14, 16, and 18. And this is Butterick 5217. Now, it's a basic sheath dress with a beautiful sweetheart neckline, but it has huge 90s sleeves. So if you could either rock those sleeves, rock them, or you could modify those sleeves a little bit. But the main part of the dress is timeless, I think.
Why would you modify those sleeves? Those straight out of Napoleon Dynamite.
Yes, they are.
I like your sleeves.
Touche. Okay, and then another craft pattern. This one's great for this time of year. This is McCall's Crafts 9502, and it looks like some turkeys. Turkey Jack and Taylor tea and pumpkins. Included in this package are pattern pieces and instructions to make 2 stuffed turkeys and pumpkins. Okay there. Then if you want to make some stuffed turkeys, this is your pattern. Make them. Make them. Make those stuffed turkeys. All right. So Troy is here today to tell us.
Curved part. It hurts my back. Well, not really.
We're sitting on our exquisite mid-century modern sofa, which is exactly the sofa of my dreams that, you know, I had in my mind. And it's curved. It has a matching curved table behind us that fits into the curve. And I believe it's silk. But it's in terrible shape. We paid $50 for it.
I think so.
And we are going to have it completely reupholstered. The cushions are also broken down, so we'll need new cushions. But if I had $5,000 to buy my, you know, what my dream sofa, it would be this sofa in, you know, I'll probably go with a
avocado.
Well, I love avocado, but most likely gray.
Gray.
Velvet. Yeah, so it'll be a gray velvet. You know, the variable will be what shade of gray. But I'm a kind of gray. I'm a gray lover. Okay, go. All right, so Troy's going to tell you a little bit about how he got started sewing and show you a few of the very first things that he made. And I'm going to be quiet now.
Sure you are. Okay. So, as I've mentioned, I think on the other time or two that I've been on the Carla show, I sew because we get old machines and get them running, and so I have to see if they work.
Right. Look, check the tension and the stitch.
I also decided if I was going to work on them, I needed to know what they would do. So started doing some sewing. So I think the first thing that I made was this little quilt. And did you buy all this fabric for a quilt for somebody else?
No.
Or you just picked it?
We went to Joann's. You knew you were going to make it. Let's spread it out.
Yeah. I told you I was going to make it.
Yeah. And then we went to Joann's and I picked these fabrics out. Okay.
And the reason I started on this, Carla's sister, Noelle, my sister-in-law, makes these rag quilts like mad. And so one day she was snipping one when she was out visiting, and I thought, well, I could do that. So we got all the fabrics and cut them into blocks and laid them all out and started sewing them together. Now the big problem I had is I was sewing this on a Singer 301, which is a very fast machine. And also, when I start a project, I want to finish it. So I sat down and I did this in a day. The machine would sew it plenty fast, but what happened is things just kind of got out of line because it was sewing so fast. And so it's not perfect. You can see, I don't know if you can see right there, this row didn't line up with this, but I just sewed it anyway and then cut it.
And I love it anyway.
But so now this keeps Carla warm. It's got, this was new fabric. It's got, I think they were kind of some vintage or thrifted fabrics on the back.
Vintage.
All flannel. So it's plenty warm. It's kind of small. It'd probably be better for a little kid blanket than my wife, but she likes it, so that worked out pretty well. If I were to do it again, of course, I would take a little more time. And I have made one other quilt, but I don't know if we'll show that today. And I took a lot more time and did a much better job on it. I can see as I look at this, there's still threads I never snipped, so who knew?
I snip as I go.
Okay. Well, I didn't then. Okay.
Mess up my hair.
And then the next thing that I decided to make was some pajama pants or lounge pants. So Carla found me a pattern. And she gave me this fabric on it. What is that?
It's 100% cotton.
Just cotton.
It's a very lightweight cotton.
And so it was pretty straightforward. So I sewed this, made lots and lots of mistakes. I did the pocket wrong. So it's cleaned up on the outside, but it's also sewed on the outside so everybody can see my handiwork. The crotch seam did not match up. I don't know if you can see that, but it doesn't match up. And then I had to make my own little belt, and that was okay. Learned quite a bit about it, but it was kind of difficult because, you know, you have to stuff one leg down inside the other one and turn it inside out and stand on your head and things like that, and then sew it together, and magically it's pants. So I can see it's starting to come apart in the back. I guess my big butt breaks it up. So there's that. So I wear these quite a bit of the time. And then another time I decided I wanted to make another pair. So Carla gave me some raggedy old sheet she bought from someone.
No, I went and bought...
a whole bunch of fabric from somebody.
No, it was... We drove all the way to Fountain for it. It was the Singer Library.
Oh, the books.
The books.
Yeah,
and she just, like, foisted all this fabric off on us, and some of it was sheets.
Yeah. So this was a little bit... I think it was almost the same pattern, but I decided to put pockets in. And so I looked at some of Carla's books and built some pockets. And again, they look great if you don't look very close. The crotch matched up perfectly, if I can even find it. I mean, I don't know if you can see that. Everything matched up perfectly. I think I did a little bit different construction technique as far as putting the sides together, and it was a lot easier than stuffing them down inside. I don't remember what machine I used, but I know it was an old vintage machine. So that's what I've done. And I've made a few little bags and stuff. We don't have those around. If you want to talk, I can go grab some of them.
Okay. So
talk amongst yourselves.
Let's see. Talk amongst yourselves. What do I have planned? Okay. So we got all of the pictures for the 15 bolts of art gallery fabric taken today. We had, right after we got that fabric, we had a whole week of gray days in Colorado. And so I tried to take some pictures and they just weren't good. In order to have a good quality picture that represents the color of the fabric correctly, you have to have really good light. And then today we were going to go outside and take them because we have beautiful light. It's a beautiful fall Colorado day. It's, you know, there's not a cloud in the sky, but it's really breezy out there. And so we took fabric outside and started to try, and it's whipping around. And I thought if we do get, the light was good, if we get pictures, they're going to be blurry because the fabric was whipping in the wind. So we did go upstairs and set up a bunch of lights and took all of the pictures in Mayfield fabric, which is a bedroom upstairs.
It's the center of commerce.
It's the center of commerce in our house.
So the other thing that in what little I've done, zippers are a challenge. They're really confusing. So one morning I just decided to make a little bag and put a zipper on it. So I just made this little bag for Carla. Put a zipper on. Again, don't look very closely, but I thought it was pretty good for my first attempt at a bag. It was just from scrap. Again, Carla doesn't let me use that many different things, but I did some things. Made this one on a Necchi BU Nova, which is like a 1953 to 55 model machine. And it's straight stitch and zigzag, so I was able to set the zigzag to finish the corners before I turned it out, plus straight stitch. It's a great machine. So I made that one, and then
I love it. You made me another one too.
Yeah,
a smaller one.
Yeah, somewhere else. And then I decided to make a couple of drawstring bags out of some ripstop nylon out of a garment bag that I bought at ARC, just so I could get the net or the mesh for my briefcase. So here's just a couple of little garment bags or drawstring bags. I don't know if I don't have enough stuff to put in there, but I'm just trying to experiment a little bit with techniques so that I can get the strings to come on the outside rather than on the inside. And let's see on this one, what did you call that seam?
French.
A French seam. So this one at least doesn't have the exposed edges on the inside, so that I thought that worked pretty well. Again, from my sewing, just don't look very closely at all this stuff. And then my briefcase I'm working on, I'm making out of waxed cotton, so I made a couple of little zipper bags out of the waxed cotton or waxed canvas, just so I can get a better idea of how to do zippers and whatnot. And this waxed canvas really makes the machines work. I did a little bit of experimenting on trying to flatten out the bottom of this, but I'll carry pins or something in that. And then yesterday I went ahead and just, oh, well, here's another little ripstop nylon with a zipper on it. And then yesterday I made this little dop kit, and it turned out quite a bit smaller than I thought it would, because I kept thinking as I was looking at the pattern, man, those pieces are huge. I don't want this giant thing. So I have this nice tiny little bag. And honestly,
it is nice.
You know, I've got my razor in there, some soap, shaving cream, a shaving brush, toothbrush and toothpaste. Really, that's about all I need. I'm going on a trip, leaving on Sunday. I'll be gone for a week, so I expect I'll take this along. So that one had different types of corners, put the handles on, and it was quite a bit of fun to make that, and used just probably a vintage fly zipper for it.
Yeah.
Of some sort.
A brass zipper.
Yeah. So it worked pretty well. So that's pretty much what I've done. There's, like I said, there's one other quilt that's actually upstairs on our bed right now, and the messenger bag I'm working on. And I think that's it.
Yep, you're doing awesome. All right, guys, that's all we have for you today. Hope you are having a fantastic week, and look for a couple more videos showing you the rest of the art gallery fabric, and we will have all of that fabric listed by midnight tonight, because we have all the pictures. So unless all of the pictures are awful, the whole art gallery shipment is going in the store today. I talked to Robert Kaufman this morning, and the whole Robert Kaufman shipment should be in this week. Look for some more flannel. I've added, I think, 2 colors of Ponte, some bi-crepes or stretch crepes, some lightweight kind of drapey suitings. I don't remember what all, but from Kaufman, it's all basics. I think it's all solids for your fall and winter wardrobe. The art gallery, except for the 2 solids, the caviar and the honey rayon, is all pattern, and the Kaufman is all solids and basics. Now there's a third thing that I'm probably going to order today that you'll see coming. I have found a source for much less expensive flannels than the Kaufmans. Now, they are not as heavy. They are printed instead of woven. They are not going to be, you know, like a Kaufman flannel, but for making PJs and gifts and little, you know, receiving blankets and all that stuff, you don't really need, you know, a $14 a yard flannel unless you're really wanting to make a super high quality garment. So that will probably be coming in a couple of weeks as well. So lots of fun and exciting things happening. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Bye. And I'll do a twirl because this is twirly skirt.